Ejiofor sat down on his chair one day and looked through his window. He was fascinated by the many different trees that have grown around his house over the years. They have become big, tall, and some fruit-bearing ones have produced fruit several times, which is a typical thing common to rural African villages in the southern part of Nigeria. While looking around the vegetative neighborhood, something else caught his attention. Beside his house, there is a sturdy, short, malnourished-looking tree that stands in contrast to the other trees. And he remembered that that particular tree was planted the same time with others, and even before some others that are now grown and producing fruits. After thinking about this, he was not happy with the situation, so he got up, went to where he had his farm equipment, picked up a cutlass, and walked out of the house. With one intention in his mind, which is to take out this tree that seemed to occupy only space and suck the soil of its nutrients. So he walked to the side of his house with cutlass in his hand to the place where the tree is. Mind you, Ejiofor's occupation is hunting and farming, so he has experience on how to handle things like this. When he got to the tree, he looked around the place, as on a second thought, he decided to do what he was once told by his father some time ago. In African tradition, there is a belief that you can communicate with nature in simple ways that are imagined. So he took the cutlass, cut the tree once, not intending to cut it down, but to inflict a wound on the tree as a warning, and he said, while pointing a finger to the tree, "You, see, why have you refused to grow? Why are you so small, eh?" He asked with anger and gave the tree another cut and went on to say, "Look, you have been here for many years now with the rest trees and have refused to grow. Look at them." He pointed to the other trees. "They have grown and bearing fruit, and you are still here, small with nothing," he said, and gave the tree the third cut, while holding up 3 fingers and warned again. "These 3 cuts I gave to you are just warning. The next time I come and you are still like this, and you have not grown to be very big," he said with exaggeration, "and I will cut you down," while demonstrating the art of cutting a tree. After which, he left to his house. As if nature heard what he said and agreed with him, the wind began to blow, showing signs of free fall, which actually happened a few hours after Ejiofor entered his house. It rained heavily throughout the night, with heavy thunders and winds. All this Ejiofor witnessed through the window as he sat looking at the rainy night, until he was startled by a thunderstrike that landed beside his house, same location he was few hours ago. The next morning, while he was still on his bed, he was woken by the chirpings of birds around his roof and windows, which was very unusual. And being surprised at what was going on, he decided to take a look to see what it was all about. Then, he would walk towards his window to take a look outside. And when he opened his window, his jaw dropped. He was surprised of what he saw.
What?
He exclaimed, unable to explain why his house was in the air. "What is this? How come? Is my house flying?" His mind came up with many questions almost at once. With this discovery, he decided to open the door to see what is actually happening with his house. With his decision, he walked to the door, and when he opened it, he found out that his house is truly not on the ground anymore. His house has gone higher than his surroundings. To add to his shock, he found out that his house was being held by the branches of a tree. The whole building has been uprooted and suspended by the big branches of a gigantic tree, the type he has never seen before. He discovered that the strong branches holding his house so high is from the same sturdy malnourished tree that he gave the tree cut one to yesterday. And it has grown so big that it dwarfs the previous tallest tree in the community and has uprooted his house. Still unable to explain all that happened overnight, Ejiofor sighed and said, this tree that grew up be see make you grow, I not see make you carry my house. Ejiofor's comparison and threat came back beyond desired results. As funny, strange, and unbelieving this story might seem, it points to one thing: comparison stimulates, and it stimulates strongly, so use it positively.